Since I start the
Yeah,
fucking.
we're live.
Oh, we are? Why are we live?
Oh, this is so you wanna hunt ghosts.
Hey guys, so you want to hunt ghosts? Become a ghost hunter then.
So today we're gonna be talking about poltergeists, demons, and shadow
Hello.
figures. And we're going to talk about why you have seen all of us guys collect all of these dolls. So we'll tell you about them too.
Other than the fact that we're weird?
Yeah, other than that fact. Um,
I'm not getting the YouTube link up on here for some reason.
Yeah, people in chat, it looks like Bleeding's the only one watching right now. But spread the word, spread the link, try to
Can
get
you
people
put
over
the
here.
link on G Plus?
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting it whatsoever.
So why don't you start them off while I'm posting this everywhere?
Right. Okay. Starting off with shadows. I did have one about shadows, but I've gone and lost it because my computer crashed out. Okay. What I believe shadow people are spirits um, are either good or bad. They don't have the energy to manifest themselves. Good ones usually try to keep away from you if they don't want to be seen. So when you're sitting there and you kind of see that quick shadow figure kind of dart from one side of the room to the other one, that is the shadow person who does not want to be seen, does not want to communicate, and normally just wants to be left alone. Um, the other kind of shadow man is the one which does want to be seen. He will come mostly at night time. No, you can see him during the daytime, but very rarely. But at night time, you'll see him as like a full-blown man with sometimes a hat on, and they are the darker energies. Um, they use.
I was gonna say shadow people are actually really common. They're the thing that you double check when you think you see something run out of the corner of your eye. Normally, um, they come when you're depressed um, or a lot of the times they come when you're depressed, um, or if you're doing really well to where you can improve your life really well, they'll come and make you depressed. Well, as far as I know, because when I was 13, I was going through this deep depression, and I kept seeing them everywhere, and they kept bothering me. And this one time, I was in the corner of my living room. I was the only one in the house. It was nighttime, and I was on the computer, and there was only one light above me, but I can see the hallway. And this shadow mist thing came rolling out from the hallway, and then it creeped up on the wall, and then it covered the ceiling, and I ran out of there. And when I was in the front yard, I was hearing like this weird churning noise, and I go in my house and the garbage disposal is on, so I shut the garbage disposal off and I run back outside. All I've ever seen them do is harm, so that's just me though.
But shadow people are usually good and bad spirits, as I said. Usually you do see them at the corner of the eye. Sometimes they will come to you in the dark hours of the night. Shadow people are darker than dark. You could be in a dark room and still see these shadow people. You can also see them as like uh, big blankets of mists That's classed as shadow creatures as well. They are the most scarier ones out of the shadow people.
They
They are
they
really kind of
tell
like negative demonic ones.
they like teleporting. Like you see it in one spot, and then you like kind of double check and see if it's gone, and then it is, and you turn and you see it again. That's happened to me before. Um, I was standing in my mom's bathroom and I could see outside. Callie messaged me. Um, yeah, I could see outside the window onto the street, and under the street light, there was a black shadow figure with a hat standing under the street light, and I was afraid if I like turned around and turned back to check if it was gone, that it would teleport closer to the window. Um, yeah. Anything else to add on? Steve, have you ever seen one?
Yeah, I've had a few at the back on my wall there. People have actually seen it, and this was on live stream. What you could see was just like the head and shoulders and the hat. As I say, it was on the live stream, and quite a few people saw it and like kind of wall mind blown. Tried to debunk it. It's something like might be like causing that shadow. But as I went to go towards it, kind of like just disappeared. So I came back, and within less than 5 minutes, it's back there again. So I went to try to like see what this shadow was again, and again it disappeared. And the third time, I just went round this side of the room, and as I touched the wall, it disappeared again. So it was on live stream, and many people saw it. Probably about 3.5, 4 weeks ago. So that's the craziest ones. I've seen like the odd shadow dart from one side of the room to the other one as well, which was kind of like spooky.
Wait, where?
From my door going across the room to the window.
Oh.
That was kind of spooky. I've seen that a few times. Well, I've also seen like kind of white shadow people as well, which I believe are like the positive
Mist.
ones. Yeah, white misty shapes, kind of like it's the ones I've seen many of them, and I believe it's my dad, Dougie, and it's like a white mist, but it's not solid mist. It's like kind of like a wavy kind of form. It's kind of really unusual, but I don't really class as a shadow person, but more of a kind of apparition type of thing. It's still kind of
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
We could talk about apparitions right now if you're done with the
Yeah. Shadow people, as
Yes.
I say, like more well, you got the both negative and positive ones. The positive ones try to keep out of your way. They just start from one side of the room to the other one, while the negative ones will kind of like show themselves and scare the crap out of you. Put it that way.
So mist figures would consider apparitions if you watched the other one, the other videos we did. They can come not mist figures, but you know, there's orbs. It's just a different class of spirit. Mist figure.
A mist figure can also use the temperature to kind of like show itself. It can like be inside or outside. Many times when my nephews were down at the old Bexley Hospital grounds, the hospital's been like demolished and it's a house and estate there, but the hospital fields are still there, and we've had a lot of paranormal activity there. And you know, we've seen these great big misty kind of like things, and some of them actually did hold like proper images. You could see people's faces and the forms of these faces. The most interesting one we caught was one which looked a bit like an angel, which we got on photo. What that is that with these kind of like apparitions, they was using the temperature. They was actually dropping the temperature and using the energy around us to make these misty figures. You know, we don't actually well, most of the time we didn't see it. with our own eyes. We caught it with the camera though, digital camera, and sometimes with the camcorders. Yeah, we did see like a great big bank of fog or mist coming in towards us. It didn't scare us because we knew it's some kind of like paranormal activity. And you know, it was kind of crazy. You know, the best ones we got is, as I say, down at Bexley Hospital. And we've been down there several times, and we go down there again sometimes. So I'll guarantee that every time we go down there, it doesn't matter what the weather's like, where we stand, the temperature just drops. You know, and I mean really does drop down to like 45, 35 Celsius or whatever. You know, and you can feel the cold. And in that coldness, you can see these mists when you're taking photos and or using a camcorder with night vision. Kind of scary, but interesting as well.
What we said about spirits being able to, you know, they're made up certain energies. If you watched the videos before, oh man, I forgot the text. Parafan. Just a second. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they need energy. So what they'll do is if it's kind of hot in a room, they can take energy from the air, and all that energy will build up, and that's where there are cold spots in the room. And normally mist figures is something manifesting into something like this. This is a full-blown apparition. From my cousin took this picture. That's my nephew, and here's the enhanced version. Right here, you can clearly see it's a lady with her dress. One arm right here, other arm right here. Lynn thinks both arms are here, like she's in shock or something. But you can see her face, and you can see these legs that go down to her sandals. That would be a full apparition. So I could have swore I just saw something fall. Okay. So yeah, that would be shadow people, apparitions, you know, mist. Guess we can talk about poltergeist next.
Yeah, poltergeist is usually a negative spirit. It's usually made up from the energy you're building from a lot of stress and depression, which you kind of like withheld inside yourself and you're not letting it out. And it's an energy you're building up over a period of time. And with that, you're actually creating your own kind of like spiritual energy, and that energy is a poltergeist. And the poltergeist can come out, and you know, you got the good ones and the bad ones. Mostly it's usually bad, where they start moving things around, throwing things, stacking tables up on the end of each other.
I've seen. I think there's a very thin line to you being either on their good side or bad side. Very thin. Normally, you're going to end up on their bad side. Some people do things like dedicate a certain area of their house to the poltergeist, which sometimes calms it, but you're also making it feel more welcome and more comfortable. So you kind of don't want that. I think the best way is to just, you know, use sage and stuff, but we'll go into that more later. I've had a poltergeist experience where I've had a little glass bottle of peppers on a mini fridge, and like it fell off. It didn't fall, it flew. It was in the middle of the top of the mini fridge, and flew off, landed on the floor. I picked it up, put it back. About 4 hours later, it flew off again, and did this 4 times that day, and never did it again. That would be a poltergeist.
I've had an experience at my mate Pete's house, Paranormal Man 47. First time we had a lot of activity down there. I was staying the weekend, Friday and Saturday, I think it was, or was it Saturday, Sunday? I can't remember what nights it was. But the night I stayed, I was sleeping on the settee. I've got this on video as proof on my YouTube. I was laying there sleeping, and this tin can came flying down from one of these shelves. Scared the crap out of me. I called Pete down. He came down and asked me what's happened. And I told him, I said, right, something just came off that shelf. So he picked it up, and it was his collectible Elvis Presley tin, which was worth a few bob, I think. And he was more concerned about the tin than rather me. So he picked it up and put it back, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it ain't going to harm you," kind of thing. I'll just go back to sleep. So there's me, blanket over my head, because I find it's easier for me to go to sleep with a blanket over my head. Put the blanket over my head, just dozing off. About half an hour later, and boom, same tin came flying down, but with about 4 or 5 other things at the same time. It scared the shit out of me. I called Pete down, I told him, and he looked around and he said, "Yeah, there's like several things on the floor. How the fuck did they come down?" I said, "I don't know, I don't care, I'm going, get me a taxi." But he said, "No, don't go, you know, just go upstairs and sleep in my son's room on the floor," which I did do. You know, Pete's had a lot of paranormal activities. He's had a lot of like poltergeist stuff. He's had chairs moving. He's had the table, a very heavy oak table, actually move up slightly, which we caught on camera because we used to do a lot of Skype stuff. Chairs moving. His wind chimes like being knocked around. His bird cage is being thumped and moved about. Crazy stuff over at Pete's house, but I don't know if he's had much, you know, like poltergeist stuff there lately. But that's the most active place that I've been to where he's had a lot of poltergeist activity. We've seen like shadows. We've seen like these weird like things darting across the one, which was kind of crazy. He's got 2 parakeets, and I think one was in hallway, one was in the living room. And as we was doing like videoing on Skype, this bird came flying through, and you could see it was like a black kind of bird, and it looked a bit more like what do you call it, a crow or something. It wasn't one of his parakeets, because you would have seen the parakeet itself on the camera, but this wasn't a parakeet. And he's also caught like some other weird kind of stuff down there. But he has had a lot of poltergeists. Poltergeists here, I'd say the only things that I've had is like the door rattling a couple of times. The doors have been opened. The living room door and my side cupboard door, which is more of a storage door, has been opened quite a few times. Few things have been moved about, which I've put on the table, and I've come back and it's gone, and I'm hunting high and low for it. Like one particular day, I put my TV remote control on the table. I came back to change the channel over, and it was gone. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll put it somewhere else. I searched the whole room, top to bottom, for about 3/4 an hour. I couldn't find it. So I said, screw it, you know, I ain't going to be able to like turn the telly off. So I went out, made a cup of coffee, came back in, and the remote control was down on the floor just beside my bed, which was weird because I'd already checked there. So, you know, poltergeists, you get the playful ones and you get the bad ones where they throw things around and stack things up, like, you know, chairs. I've seen videos where people have had like saucepans and knives being thrown at them. And as I say, those ones are usually the bad ones, and the bad ones are created through your own particular energy, because you're building up all your kind of negative energy, you know, through stress and depression. You're not letting that negativity like you should be, and all that negativity is causing the poltergeist activity that's making things go flying around in your place. So if you get stress and depression, you need to, like, you know, and you have a lot of like negative energies. You need to let it out slowly but quickly as you can. Otherwise, it's going to build up, and then you're going to get this poltergeist activity, which you don't really want. So there we go.
A demon. A demon is something that has never walked the earth in human form, meaning it was never human, it was never a spirit, but it could be a angel, but like I said, not a spirit. Not a spirit die, turn into an angel, then turn into a demon. It has to be a angel with. Would you say they would have to be like a higher class type worker angel, and they like rebel basically against God, and they become a fallen angel or demon? Demons. What was that for? Are you just like preach it? No, I'm just kidding. Steve.
No, I'm just watching what's been said on the text. I think Lindsay could tell more about demons because he knows a bit more about demonology. Demons, I believe, is just like something that has not walked the earth. It's probably a very dark matter of energy, a bit like a poltergeist in one way, but I'm not 100% sure. It could also be an angel that's kind of like turned against God, and it's fallen down from heaven down to hell and turned into one of the the devil soldiers, as we call them, a demon. So that's what I think it is, and demons, I believe, are very, very rare.
How you can tell that you have one is you will hear knocks of three, or things come in threes. It's mocking the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Anything that comes in threes. Now, don't just like hear like something down or whatever. You're like, oh my God, I have a demon. No, you can't just go off of one sign. You have to pay attention. If you start getting random scratches from nowhere or bruises, it's because it's feeding off of you. It's taking your energy. It also kills small animals. It takes their life to build up its energy to harm you. If you ever watched like The Conjuring or other movies where like birds just fly into the window, I've never had, actually I have had that happen to me, but it didn't die. It flew into the window, and I believe that it attracts them, and when it falls down and breaks its neck or whatever, it just sucks the life out of it, builds onto the energy. Mirrors are open portals for them. You'll start smelling something like rotten flesh or death. You'll hear growls, hissing. Sometimes it'll show itself. Lynn, go ahead and fill in what I'm missing and talk about how you would get rid of one.
How I would get rid of a demon. Well, first off, if you don't know anything about demons, I would suggest that you have a priest or a demonologist come in and deal with it, because it is not for someone that doesn't have faith. And when I say faith, I don't just mean a religious faith. You have to have faith in yourself and what you're doing that's going to work. You have to believe absolutely, without a doubt, that it's going to work. And it's still very dangerous. Okay, so if you're not experienced, do not do it. Have someone else do it that is experienced.
They can also possess.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit that real fast.
If you're not experienced, even in with an experienced exorcism, people that are there that don't have the faith that the person performing the exorcism is doing can be possessed. And if the person that's doing the exorcism doesn't have faith, you're just going to piss it off and make it worse. A demon will, if you have holy items laying around your house like crosses, they will flip them upside down, they will break them, they will throw them. How you know, one of the best ways to know if you have a demonic entity in your house is everyone here has heard of items moving on their own in people's houses. Oh, it's a poltergeist, it's a poltergeist. A poltergeist cannot lift more than 1 to 3 pounds. If your refrigerator or your couch or anything like that is moving, that is not a poltergeist, that is a demonic entity. Okay.
But poltergeists can shake beds. They can shake beds, but they can't push them across the room.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
The one thing that I suggest that you do if you have the faith, and it took me a couple times before I could even do it. You know, it's like anything else. It's hard. You're going to be attacked. You're going to be hurt, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. You know, you are going to be attacked when you get into exorcisms and stuff. You know, people say that you have to be ordained. I don't remember reading in the Bible where any of the people that were originally doing it, which were the apostles, were ordained. They learned, they watched, they believed. And that's how you have to do it. You have to believe. And I just read through the Bible myself. You know, my faith guides me to do what I have to do. Each one's different, you know. And you have to learn to trust that spiritual instinct. You know, you have to be able to tell when something's not right. Where this isn't working, but this is. I've seen people that were possessed and where you couldn't even touch them with like a Bible because it would burn their skin. So really you're going to have to just practice and really just get into it. I would suggest that if you don't know how to do it, then you don't do it. Especially if you don't have faith, if you're weak of will, if you're weak of mind, you have to be strong completely.
Like I said, if something's moving or whatever, at least go by 2 of the signs. Remember, like, animal dies out of nowhere, you're hearing growling, knocks of 3, you see the thing, you smell something that smells like death or rotten flesh. By the way, spirits can make you smell things such as fire or something else just to help hint.
Sulfur.
Yeah.
And the sulfur.
Yeah, they do that to help hint at how they died. So you know, so you can figure out how they died and you can tell the world. But
demons can be negative spirits as well, like they can possess you. I've had like a semi-possession, a part possession, and the only way to get rid of that is by having friends who has a lot of faith and can pray for you quite a lot. I had a part possession a little while ago. It's on video. Well, it's not on video. It is on video on DVR, and
it's on our channel that y'all are watching on right now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to explain, so I'm going to let Lindsay explain because it's still hard for me to explain. Actually, when it happened, I didn't even realise it was happening. I didn't understand what's going on. So I'm going to let Lindsay tell you exactly what happened to me.
What happened to Steve was I noticed. Well, before that, I had a feeling that something bad was going on, and I don't know if we got one, sis. But I noticed something wasn't right. I just had a real bad feeling, and I noticed that Steve normally gets back to me like 3 to 5 minutes after I get a hold of him. Normally, easy, that quick. He's on. I message him. He gets back at me. And it took like about an hour or more for me to even get him on. And before that, he had posted some stuff in Latin and a few things backwards. What had got a hold of him is classified as a succubus. Its name is it goes by the name Giselle. And in Latin it said, "This is my life, Soul Eater."
Don't tell about the website.
No, I won't. Um, and see, you even mentioned that people are going to go search it now. But what it is it took. There's only like a half-hour clip because that came directly off of Steve's DVR. There's no sound, but it was me and like 3 or 4 other people saying prayers over him. And if you watch it, he's burning his hand for about 15 minutes with a lighter that barely works 95% of the time. He had no blisters. He ate something off his arm. He was in Latin off and on.
And I don't even know Latin.
Yeah, it was really, really freaky and really, really scary. And it took like probably, like I said, we only got about a 30-minute clip, but of the 30 minutes of that, it's like 20 to 22 minutes before we get this thing out of him in the clip, and it was probably about 3 hours before that total. He lost probably about 5 hours of his time that day. And that it's see, Bacon, were you there for that? I know Chris V was, Rose was. Yeah, you were there, weren't you, Bacon? But there was several of us there saying prayers over him and everything. But it was a succubus. They basically drain your soul energy from you. They eat it. They thrive off of it. Your vitality, your life.
Well, the thing is that this is supposed to be a channel for newcomers, so they don't know about succubus and incubus. So, go ahead. Anyone? Succubus, incubus.
A succubus and an incubus. Basically, they are a demonic entity that attaches to you, and they are normally known that they will drain you through sex. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, they will drain your life. But what they actually do is they drain your vitality, your soul. And, eventually you give in and just start serving what it serves and you die. So, there's more to it, but I really don't want to go into all the technicals and stuff because it would take me a long, long time. But, that's the basis of it.
So, that's demons, and just so anybody watching this video knows, if you don't know already, possession is where it takes over yourself, your person, and you don't really have full control over anything. Sometimes people black out. Others have like a partway possession where they can kind of see what's going on, but they can't really do anything about it. And exorcisms is getting rid of the demon out of the person. You can also exorcise a house if there's a demon in it. And like we said, don't do this without like a priest or someone who has this experience in it. Oppression is different from possession. It normally happens before you're possessed. It makes you feel certain things. It makes you feel angry. It makes you feel sad. It makes you feel weak. So it can take a hold of you, and so it can possess you. So that's oppression and possession and exorcisms. I was gonna mention something else, but I don't remember.
Kinda yes and no, Travis. Kinda yes and no. With oppression, it is more than that. What it is they literally start altering the way you think, the way you feel about things. You'll find yourself angrier easier. You'll find yourself depressed easier. All your emotions, you'll find out it's like being super bipolar. And you could have nothing wrong with you normally. and you just up and down really bad, really quick. That's more what oppression is. That's when it's starting to take you over as an entity. It's starting to replace you with it. You know, you'll be angrier. You'll have meaner thoughts. You'll want to do things that normally you don't. You know, you'll have weird cravings. You know, it's you know it. There's a lot of things involved with it, but that's the basis of it. It is replacing you with it. It's making you want to be it until you can't tell the difference, and then you're gone. You're possessed.
So now that we went through all that, we're going to talk about vessels and dolls. Here's all my dolls here, all haunted. This one's Heather. This is Devana. That's Monique. This one is Sammy. There's Samantha, and this is Meg. Meg doesn't really do anything. But normally, spirits hang out in objects that they like or that they find attractive, such as a doll. Not only dolls, as you can see right here. This is kind of a doll, but not really. I don't know. Is there really a... Okay, hang on. I'm getting my words all stumbled. We use dolls, too, on investigations for them to take a physical form of something, maybe just to, like, relax or... I don't know. I keep losing what I'm trying to say. Steve, help me out.
Right, dolls. My dolls are over there. Don't even see them. There's quite a few over there. I've also got some up there. Just recently, the one there, the red hair one. Don't even see her. I'll get her actually. Like this one here, I just recently came back from an investigation with Simon James, and was on Mitcham Common. I believe we brought a spirit over, followed us back, and she's attached herself to this. Last night when we was doing the live session, I had this K2 there, and the K2 meter was just going crazy. So I believe that she's decided to attach herself to this particular doll. This one here. I don't even see the black one over there. The black one I got from Kelly, who sent me that one over. The spirit in that one is Myra, and the one in the purple dress, I've got an attachment of Esme. Esme was a spirit that was sent over from Kelly, and she's supposed to be attached to that doll now, but I've not had any activity from her as yet. As with Myra, not had any activity from her as yet, but I have had activity with this one. And as I say, this one I believe is a spirit, which I did write down somewhere. Kelly was able to pick up her name, and the name is I'm just going to tell you the full name if I can find the name I wrote down.
While he's doing that, I'm just going to say we're about to wrap it up, so anybody in the comments, go ahead and ask us questions, and we'll try to answer them as best as we can.
Okay, the spirit that attached herself to this one that followed us home from Mitcham Common is Charlotte May Catherine Middleston, and she's 20 years old. And if you watched my video last night, she was given quite a lot of K2 readings, but for tonight she's not given me none. Maybe she's resting from last night. Doesn't have the energy to do it tonight, I don't know. Maybe just wanted to communicate with me last night and tell me that she was there. She's a spirit, as I say, come from Mission Common and was brutally attacked and murdered from her ex-boyfriend, Leonard. And Leonard had also kind of followed us home, and she wasn't giving Charlotte any peace. So we had a bit of a battle here last night trying to get rid of this Leonard. Last that I know is that he was hiding at the back of the closet, but I did do a little bit of saging and hopefully got rid of him. But spirits do attach themselves to something they like a doll. It could be any kind of object. It could be a mobile phone, it could be a radio, it could be a soft toy, like one of these for instance. It could attach itself to a radio, anything. If you watch the Haunted Collector TV show, he's a paranormal investigator who goes around investigating people's houses and finding out if there's anything that is attached to any item that's causing a haunting. And he has found many different items where spirits have actually attached themselves to that item. What it is that a spirit may, like, for instance, had a favourite tool, for instance, and when he died he attached himself to a screwdriver. It could be anything, and that attachment has gone to the screwdriver, and that could be causing the haunting. It could even be a pair of glasses,
Jewelry,
anything. Yeah. It could be anything that has an attachment with a spirit on. And, you know, while that particular item's in your house, it's still going to cause some kind of like activity / haunting. You know, I've had a book. I had an attachment with this book, a violent attachment. When I got this from a charity shop when I was doing part-time in a charity shop. Bought this, and there was an attachment to it, and it made me ill for 2 days. It's only because I managed to get the strength to go up to the local church and ask the priest to send some blessings, you know, throw some blessings down on me. Got some blessed water, came home, threw blessed water on the book, said a few prayers, and all the negativity kind of like just disappeared. I'm not saying like every kind of attachment is negative. You can get good attachments as well. So, you know, that's what attachments are. Spirits attaching themselves to a certain item.
And if you want one, or if you want to try to get one, a good place to start is a antique shop or a boutique. You can just walk around and you'll feel it. You'll feel being drawn to a certain doll or object, and it's going to get to where you're just going to have it. And that's normally how you can like figure out what object you want or doll you want. The same thing goes with pictures. If you see pictures, you can you'll feel attached to one of them. Okay, so Honeyburger says, how do we help spirits cross if a demon is stopping them or something is stopping them? That's a good question. You do, it's like an onion. You have to peel it one layer at a time. Get rid of the demon first, have someone specialized get rid of the demon first, and then you get rid of the spirit. Just be careful. Try not to do it by yourself. Try to get some professional or priest to do it, because things could go terribly wrong. And that's really that's the only question I see. I'm going to tell you a little bit about next week. Next week, when we can start talking about like EVPs, and I'll show you how to debunk things like fake recordings, fake pictures, fake videos, and Hippie says, can pets have attachments or be possessed? Pets, yeah. Pets can be possessed. They're normally, normally when they get possessed, it happens to where they can't handle it like we do, and they kind of just go into a weird spasm thing. I've never seen it to where they possess like a dog and make it chase after you and bite you or something like that. I don't know if they can do that. I don't know if they can be attached. They might be to like maybe their collar or something if you keep their collar. But yeah, that's what I have to say about it. But next week we can do EVPs, debunking. There's this one video that is really good, and I believed it for the longest time until I watched it. And there's this thing called this camera cut, and it's really smooth if you're paying attention. You have to pay attention to realize it. And we'll go over that, and I'll show you videos off YouTube and stuff. And we'll help you out with that. So this is Other Realms channel. If you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure everybody has, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to us, share this video. We have a GoFundMe. It's a link in the description. What you can do is you can donate money for us to get more equipment and more. Oh, Chris, you're late. We're leaving. But you get more, so we can get more equipment, more like gas money and stuff. Anything to help benefit the group.
Yeah, come on, guys, start donating to them, please. I'm the only one who's done it, I think, so far. So we need you guys to start donating. These guys can get some more equipment. You know, if you like them, you like their videos, then how about donating to them? You know, $5. What's $5? Dig your hand into your deep pockets or purses or wallets and get your credit card out or PayPal account and donate $5 or more if you can.
Or if you just have a piece of equipment you don't use anymore, like Bleeding Kansas is sending me a IR camera, and I'm gonna hold on. We agreed on this. I'm gonna hold on to the small things because I actually do investigations and I go out there and stuff. And Lynn will store the larger objects, which I just noticed by watching this that he left. But Lynn holds the bigger objects.
Use that to go to cook.
What? Oh yeah.
Use that to go and cook.
So, what else? I was gonna say something else. Don't remember now.
Michael says, can pet ghosts haunt humans? Yes.
Yes.
I've had this happen before, and I tell a lot of thank you, Honeyburger. But I've told this story a ton of times, but I don't mind telling it again. I had a rabbit that died from a heart attack because it was getting chased back and forth by a dog. And late at night, one night, we were just kind of walking around, and we heard something running through the leaves, and we heard, we kept hearing noises like running, and we chased it, and then for a long time it was quiet, and I knew that his favorite spot was behind the air conditioner. So I went over there, and dirt flew up in my face, ran away, and it was gone. So yeah, definitely, because animals are family. I mean, like pets are family, and especially if you've had them for a long time, they have that connection to you. So I hope that answered your question.
We also have a Facebook page, guys. Other Realms Facebook. That one's free, so you can just go there and like that. Anything else, Steve?
No, not really. I'd say like pets can be haunted. You know, they can have attachments. They can haunt. As I said, Pete's Paranormal 147. He had a couple of things. The bird that flew past from outside the living room into outside the hallway into the living room was unusual, and he's also caught on his DVR, which I've seen personally myself. And I think he might be on his YouTube channel. It looks like a cat, a baby cat, comes in the hallway and it kind of like runs around in kind of part circle and kind of like disappears. So yes, ghosts. You know, you can get ghost cats, dogs. We'll have to do a little discussion on what animals can haunt you, because like, you know, we had a kind of a weird conversation about this a couple of weeks ago about, you know, if a cat and a dog and a bird and a horse can haunt you, what about all the other kind of animals and insects and bugs? What happens to them when they die? What happens to their spirits? So we'll probably have a little conversation about that sometime next week or the week after. So yeah, that's it really. Don't forget, try to donate to Other Realms Paranormal. The GoFundMe link will be there, and I'll catch you next week. Take it easy.
Next, tomorrow I have a live show going on, and I'll be talking using K2 meters in the spirit box with my dolls, and we can talk more about that. I'm gonna try different things, use my new equipment here. I think it looks really cool. So
yeah, I might try to be on with you if you're up to that, so we can get our dolls communicating with each other.
yeah, Steve has a doll, Martha, that was a slave on
No, Myra.
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 Myra was a slave on Heather's dad's plantation.
That's Myra.
So,
And I've got
so,
the code back.
so we are going to try and see if anything comes through. I'm not going to post the link for Hangouts in the description. If you want to join, ask me and I'll send you the link. Because I don't want any trolls. I haven't had any trolls yet, and I don't want any trolls. So tomorrow, I'll see y'all there. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, like this video, share it, tell everybody about it. These are great people. It's a great paranormal community. And I really feel like we're helping people, helping the ghost hunter novice to learn about this. And I know we've helped a few people who didn't know about it, ghost hunting too much. So, okay, guys, thank you for watching. Say thank you, James. Oh, he's on the phone. Okay, say thank you.
Yeah, we'll catch you later. I'm going to have a chat with Travis about trying to do a live show probably next week where several of us with dolls can get together and do a trans-international kind of like haunted doll kind of like communication thing, which might be interesting to do. But me and Travis will do it tomorrow.
We could probably get Simon on it with his dolls.
I tried contacting him, but I don't think his internet's back up yet. He said it was going to be on today, but I tried contacting him, but I've not had no reply from him yet. Oh, guys, by the way, we do finish. Check out my YouTube with mine and Simon's investigations during the week. I've uploaded 5. I've got another 4 or 5 to upload when I get time to do it. I couldn't do them today because I had to build some orders. So I'll start building. I'll start doing the other videos starting tomorrow. So it's going to be about 8 or 9, 10 videos for you guys to check out. You haven't checked them out already? Go to my YouTube and check out the investigations that me and Simon done over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And put your thumbs up and share the links.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week or maybe this Sunday. We'll tell you. Okay.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye.